Are we back? 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 We're back. So what's interesting is the stream got completely disconnected, but the internet never did. So I don't know if the internet provider has a limit on this because it never used to happen when I initially streamed. I had a lot fewer disruptions when people paid less attention, I think. Either way, I still do have to roll ads in the next like 5 minutes because the clock carries over. So we were getting really close to the ads anyways before it got disrupted. So now we still only have 5 minutes. So I will give people a few minutes to get back, and then they'll have a few minutes while the ads are rolling. And of course, if you are a subscriber, you don't have to watch ads. But there's nothing. It's not like there's anything you're missing when the ads play, but you don't have to hear them at least. So, welcome back. Of course, it's lurkers. That's cool. After the ads, we will resume our conversation on patience. It was 111 when I said that. We'll resume our conversation on patience. We will perhaps talk energies a little bit more. Possibly address further the cancer season conundrum that people seem to be in at this point. And personally, I might have a quick snack. So, we'll be back in a flash right after these messages. Okay. Okay. So, picking up sort of where we left off, if you are watching this replay, you've got to watch the other replay. I'd also like to say I watch my streams a lot of the time. I didn't used to always. I used to be like, based on what happened the next day, I wonder what I said on stream that night. Um, and now lately I like just listen just because. Um, because sometimes I want insight or guidance, and it's like, but I'm the one people go to for insight and guidance, so maybe I should listen to my own instead of random tarot readers on YouTube, because it's like sometimes I don't like music when I'm not sensory. It's not sensory overload because my senses are fine, but sometimes it's like I don't want to talk to someone, but I want to listen to someone talk, but I don't. I want it to be real life, so not like a story time podcast movie, but not irrelevant to me. So tarot is just like perfect, right? It's just like a bounce the energy. It's like, okay, I'm focused on myself. Me. Tell me about me. Tell me about me. Tell me about me. And then what comes up will be interesting, right? So something that has come up for me in the past few days that has me listening to more tarot and seeking that guidance outside of myself more lately is this experience of imposter syndrome, because of the heightened intuition that everyone tends to have around times like the full moon, or during Scorpio season, or sometimes in the transition to spring, or when someone's dying, or when they're sick, or when they have a fever, right? And so these things were giving me imposter syndrome. Well, if everybody can do it and anybody can do it, why am I doing it? But then, once again, as discussed the other night, I thought, okay, well, if I'm seeking spiritual guidance, then, I need to be in business. Well, if I need it, then there's a demand for it. So I can supply it. If I know there's a demand, and if I demand it, then there needs to be a supply. All right, because I know I'm not the only one. But I had to check. Am I good still? Am I still good at this just because other people can do it too? Yeah, well, I'm really good at it because why? Life of servitude, holy man since I was little, been on the spiritual path since I was young, yeah? Not everyone gets that opportunity or even knows it's a possibility or has the life that's meant for it, right? Happens. What are you going to do? Even people who had the same life as me didn't come to that conclusion because it's just not meant for everybody. And it's hard work. It's harder work than you think. And I've done a ton of hard labor too. Don't get me wrong. A lot of my jobs have been quite laborious. Not like roofing kind of labor, but like bar backing labor. But also while bartending and cooking and being a fucking hot chick. And then also like some doing, other jobs like some warehouse stuff, or, even stage crew in high school. Pizza. Yeah, barback sucks. Barback sucks. I worked at the fucking diviest fucking dive country ass bar. I cannot even, we didn't have a bar back. We had a manager and a cook that were supposed to help us. And if they were busy, they didn't help us. So we just had to do it ourselves. And if we couldn't do it and they weren't busy, if they were like too fucked up or too busy getting fucked up, we were just, again, had to do it ourselves. So it was the worst. It was the worst. Horrible toxic environments you end up in. You know what I mean? 11/11. So, dude, this was the dive bar though. There was a cook. The other cooks work different days. It'd be like the cooks that I'm referring to, it'd be like there's a cook. And then the other day there's another cook. And then one of the managers was a cook, so sometimes it'd be two cooks because one of them was managing. Like, no, not even like line of cooks, but just, yeah, no. So sometimes we'd be the cooks. I'd be on fryer all the time. I'd be helping the new guy. Like, I can't do the grill, but I can do this. Don't worry about it. Fucking crazy. No pantry. Still fucking bar rat shit, you know what I'm saying? So I fucking cleaned out of that bitch. I took a razor blade to that floor underneath a grease trap in a bar like that and went, I know hard work. I know diligence. I know labor. I know dirty work. I know 12, getting my hands so dirty that what I do doesn't feel dirty to me, as dirty as everyone else thinks it is to be naked, to be nude. I looked at Jesus on the cross in nothing but his little fucking loincloth for 20 plus years, 30 years now. I don't really give a fuck. My Lord Jesus didn't say put clothes on. But y'all got fucking laws and rules and put clothes on when you fucking go out or when you're in church and shit. Sure. But if you're in the right place, right time, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I've always been about freedom, naturalness. What's so depraved about that? Do you not pay attention to anything else I do? You're so fixated on who I am physically and what I look like in my body that you forgot that I was holy? That you didn't even listen to what I was saying? Before you wanted to gawk and judge and decide what it was? I'm not a social justice warrior. I come to seek justice, bear witness, and go home. Because when I go home, who do I see? Everyone. Good point. Mostly Anubis, I tried to warn you, I'm a harbinger. So be careful. Life will test you in funny ways. If you fail, that's it. Nah, come on, everybody's got at least 9. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Yeah. Bet and bet. To both of those little statements. Welcome back, everybody. I'm back. Disconnection. Don't know why stream got disconnected, but the internet didn't. So here we are, back again. Here we are back again. Why am I scratching my head? Here we are back again. 420. Hey, I will rip this bomb. Oh, I forgot to grab my weed. Wasn't trying. Oh yeah, this is empty. Wasn't trying to smoke too much tonight, but I get stressed out. Y'all stress me out. Like, to be honest. Not really. I still enjoy what I do. Even with the trolls, even with the lurkers, even with people being like, I'm too scared to talk to her, but I want to know more because I can't, 444, let her go or think about anyone else. And everyone tells me she's evil and she doesn't have my best interest in mind and that she's manipulative. And maybe they're right, but at the same time, I felt what I felt. Yeah. Sounds about right. Gotta own up to that. I gotta, see that in myself. Admit that that's could very potentially happen for someone like me because of my attitude, reputation, previous actions. It's not like it's not deserved. It's just so old, and it seems like nobody's bothered to get to know me now, or mention how much progress I make in such short amounts of time. Annoying. Thanks. Under the sea, darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they work all day. Out in the sun, they slave away. Something is cooler if you are ruler under the sea. Honestly, that movie's great. I watched it with my niece last summer, and it was like, it held up. The animation's crazy. The story's a little weird, but it's kind of cool. I almost want to say Luca is even better, but they're both equally good for different reasons. Was Ariel gay? I don't really know. She's like a bisexual baddie. Finds her Prince Eric. Dreamy. Anyways, because Luca definitely gay. That's why I was like, yo, is Little Mermaid also queer coded, or she's bisexual, or how does that work? Yeah. I'm sorry, I just processed your fucking comment. You could tell me Jesus was a sprinkle and I'd be like, you know what? Yeah. I appreciate that. Never follow anyone too blindly, but I do explain myself. Some people find it to be like, oh, you're just like, oh, you're trying to manipulate or whatever. I don't know. It's just like, if you're so feeble-minded that you can be manipulated, it's not that you deserve it. It's just that, you know, you have to stop and question why you believe the things you do. Which, same. That's what I was saying at the beginning of this conversation yesterday. Is like, I still have been stumped or duped into believing people who were lying or whatever, still fallen victim to gaslighting or, been manipulative in other situations, been manipulative myself, I'm not impervious to these things. I'm not perfect. Yeah. So yes, I have seen Soul, by the way. It's a gorgeous movie. I really, really like it. Really, really like it. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. It was a great stream. Like I said, I rewatch the stream sometimes. I get stuff out of it, right? Where it's just like, yeah. But yeah, never follow a faith too blindly, right? Oh my gosh, why is my palm so itchy? Usually that means money's coming or something, unless somebody is like got a rash or a burn or whatever. Something going on right here for someone, but it's usually money coming. But there was a ring in my ear when I said a rash. Does somebody have a rash on their hand? Maybe if you've got aloe in your vicinity, would be good for that. Mostly because aloe is good for everything. Cheers. No. I don't need tools though. That's cheers. Kind of what I question about things, right? Where I'm like, if everyone can do what I do, then why would people read palms and read tarot if they could just as easily close their eyes while touching someone and have the foresight to see the future or like who they want to be? Why would people use other tools of divination if everyone could do what I do? Whenever I get imposter syndrome or fall for somebody's ruse, gotta sit back and question that. So, yeah, no one is without fault. And I, for one, have always pointed out my faults probably too much, and now I'm trying to point out the good things, and I'm getting shut down and hated on by people who preferred when I just constantly put myself down and was willing to put others down on their behalf, as long as I didn't put them down. Because then if I did that, I was bad. But putting myself down was fine, and putting down other people they wanted me to put down was fine. But putting them down was not okay. That's usually where people draw the line. Okay. Interesting. So, I'm hearing a song that's like a fun song, but it's like, ew, gross, blah. Oh, you're just my type. You've got a pulse and you're breathing, which is like very devaluing and degrading and just very casual of sex, but also like have some standards. I don't know. Yikes, ouch, sad. I don't know. That's just like a weird thing. And I guess like really it came out probably around 2015, 13, 14, somewhere in there. 15, 16 at the latest. Ooh, you're just my type. Do 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 do. And then it's like, why did that get played on the radio? Because it's like, what is that message? Oh, you're a living person. We should have sex. Like, and then everybody gets mad about people being sexual or like the rise of OnlyFans, as if that's your biggest problem when you literally have never even addressed the rise in pedophilia that has never declined over the history of time. And you're worried about what grown adults do in their free time or for money. That makes no sense unless you're covering up for yourself and being like, look over there because I'm doing something way worse. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. And put it in a box and try to shut it the fuck up. No, motherfucker. Not if you involve some kids, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Who's scratching their beard like, yeah, good point. Okay, there are limits. I get why you say people hate on you specifically because, yes, they hide secrets. Harbinger of death, harbinger of truth. Can't have one without the other. The nature of the oracle. Oh, I know it ain't you. And it ain't me either, so. Just saying. Interesting, isn't it? Hmm. Mixed messages, mixed energies. It's making me wonder, make me question things. It's funny because I wonder if people pitch their energy or if they just really have that much internal conflict. Because if you have that much internal conflict, you should definitely come towards me a lot faster than you are because you clearly need something, maybe even more than me, but I'm a good start to help you at least know how to talk to someone more professional through this crisis so you don't get fucked over. Yeah, if you're really that conflicted about who you are or where your morals are at or like what you do in general, then like you definitely should speak up more, I think, yeah? Okay? Because like I'm trying to gauge things from a distance or judge where I'm at based on what comes towards me, but then this energy, which seems familiar, but seems oddly not familiar, where it's very hard to say if this is somebody who is energetically impersonating someone else, but they're still here, so there's two of them, or it's this internal sort of conflict of feeling like two different people. Yeah, that's the energy I'm getting, where it's there's two of you, but is there two of you, or is there someone pretending to be you and you are also you? Like, it's very strange. Hey, okay, great, awkward timing. Who are you? There is no tarot going on right now. We're just doing like energy readings, so just like chill and think about something. Don't say it out loud, and I'll creep you the hell out like I creep everybody else the fuck out, okay? Yeah. Patience. We were telling a long story about patience. I know, right? Strap in, buddy. No, they've been here before, just not, they don't stick around. They're probably more interested in tarot than learning anything. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Haha. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk like badly. Sometimes I say stuff as a joke and it comes off really strongly as like something so serious, and it's like, what the fuck? Why is everyone else allowed to make jokes, but because of what I do, I'm not allowed to joke and make jokes like everyone else? Why does it hurt so much when I do it, but it's not supposed to hurt me when you do it? What the fuck? The fuck? So, same. I have many personalities. I'm Lolly Page. Okay, that's me, Lolly the Page Master. Okay? I am a writer, a visionary, a dreamer. Oh, good. Happy birthday. You were here, weren't you here on your birthday? The transition from Gemini to Cancer season, or was that somebody else? But then on here, I'm Illuminati Mystex when I'm channeling things and scrying to people and dealing with Gloria. That's Illuminati Mystex AF. All the 21 and up XXX triple plus stuff. Bah! Also Illuminati Mystex for the same but different reasons. There you go. So because all that, yeah. But then I'm also like, personally, I'm like, aw. I always hesitate to say it, even though I make it so obvious and I do all this stuff, and it's like literally just a costume because I'm also like, oh, I'm Yoshimi. Dr. Yoshimi F. Brain. It stands for something. It's long. I can't even remember what it is because I made it up, but it has Illuminati mistakes in it. It's convenient. It's not why I chose either name. It just worked out that way. But yeah, so I have many personalities to accommodate to the many sides of me, right? Because then I also sometimes will sit and write something spiritual, and I always, want to call in these other aspects of me, like the shaman law, that is beyond the entertaining factor of Illuminati mistakes, going from sexual tension to straight up channeled messages to, casual conversation to laughing hysterically to running lines to getting vibes to starting angry riots, right? Like, okay, sorry if that was too extreme. It was, I meant the troll stuff. I didn't mean literally. I've never done that. So, hey, Wolfie, it's been a minute. Um, so despite these things, there's still Shaman La, who's a lot more chill and reserved and sometimes pops out with that Indian accent and should probably just be in the Himalayas. So as much as we also have Illy Millie to be the social media rapper type, Illy Millie, there's also Shaolin La. You know what I'm saying? So I embrace that I have many personalities, and I think that most people do have many personalities to be embraced. But some people are so stuck on a very simple dichotomy of man who maybe have at most two identities. At most two identities. Otherwise, yeah, dude, I got this like a year or so ago. And then randomly last couple weekends found these earrings from a totally separate seller. Yes, and they're like literally the same. Like it's so cute on everything. I thought, God, okay, you're good. I thought God was really trying to tell me something. And I was like, all right, I'm wrong. I don't know. I guess I was wrong. About some stuff, about some things, about me, about other people, about the energy, about intuition. Because, like, everybody has free will, but I can only believe people as they say or think or do or whatever, but I can still be wrong or there can still be room for error. Read my mind, right? So, very hard. So, patience, right? If you always knew you were a holy man, if you always had these gifts, and we understand you were stifled by these gaslighting bitches, right? Because people just didn't want to have to admit to their secrets or admit that that's what you were doing or that you were really inside their heads, knowing what the fuck they were thinking. Pretty overwhelming, especially if it's a kid. I totally get it. I totally get it. As I get older, it's a lot harder to forgive people for doing it because I, once more, want to attract honesty in my life more than I want to trust my own intuition, right? So you gotta take a chance. Take a chance. And if you change your mind, I'm lost in line. I mean, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. Let me know when you're around. Got no place to go feeling down. Um, um, So, Mamma Mia is not good. I mean, the song, ABBA's so good. But yeah, you just do. The movie sucks. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, shut up. Some of them, yeah. Mamma Mia. Now I really know. So, anyways, I could never let you go. Yeah, Dancing Queen is such a jam. It's one of the best songs ever, probably top 10 ever, right? So, hey, so patience. You meet someone, you're very young. I was unhinged. We talk about this whole night, we talked about how horrible I've been. Okay, we get it. I deserve all the terrible things that people do to me. I deserve the hatred that they put on me. I deserve the trolling that they bring to my stream, to my face, to my workplace, to my energy, to my mind, to everything. I deserve it because at one time I had no idea the powers I possessed. I had no idea how invasive I had been. I had no idea how out of control and unhinged and outrageous and uncured, unhelped, and traumatized I truly am. I had no idea those things for a long time. Now I feel like I'm trying not to feel scarred for life, right? I'm trying not to feel so scarred for life. I missed out on a lot of good things, right? I've made so many mistakes. 3333333. Okay. We understand that universal forgiveness is the ability to forgive oneself and therefore being able to forgive others. And then also accepting that others are able to forgive you or that they have the choice to forgive you or not. But as long as you know you're worthy of it and that you understand what it is to be apologetic, then okay, sure. No, we will go so far. Dancing Queen is a bop. Best pops, top 10 pop songs. You can't even argue that. Good Vibrations, Dancing Queen. I feel like I gotta give it to Spice World for the Spice Girls representation. Like, call to the world, spice up your life. That's what it's called. Every boy and every girl, spice up your life. People of the world, spice up your life. The song was so hype. Everybody knew the Spice Girls. Slam it to the left if you're having a good time. Chicken to the right if you're having a good time. Chicken to the right. Just as equivalently, you have to put That's What Makes You Beautiful up there, right? Okay, I don't want to have this conversation down. Why do you always try to distract me from the stream because you like me and you want to talk to me, so you want to talk to me on stream but you don't like tarot and you don't like the stuff I talk about, so you just try to divert the conversation from anything but tarot or tarot related stuff. Stop. He's like, it's not that deep. I didn't do it on purpose. It's not what it was. Okay, cool. So it wasn't. I just don't like tarot. Boom. See? Called it. Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that is I can reach in here and get a fortune cookie. So yeah, let's do it. But hold on. Let's finish Patience. Oh, I just feel like, yeah, so much stuff. A lot going on. So I was horrible. Whatever. We're trying to move on. We're trying to rectify. We're trying to recognize our patterns and see, okay, maybe not everyone is horrible and I can trust this. And then, okay, I was lied to, duped again, and silly for mistaking this. And gotta keep working on myself. Yeah, okay. Keep going. Okay. So what helps me along this path is looking back and realizing that in my worst state, undeveloped, like as an artist, as a person, as a thinker, as a believer, as a spiritualist. Like I said, I've been on my path, but there was a time, I mean, there's many times in life I was lost because it wasn't ready yet. I didn't understand it yet, and I couldn't get there until I figured out all these other things about me and about life and about others before I could accept the role that I was taking on now, accepting my crown. But during that time of being very sick, right, needing healing, but also being the healer, and the path of the healer is to heal themselves, so other healers can guide the healer, but they cannot heal them until they heal themselves, and then healers may take healing from others, yeah? So, the path of the healer is that. So in retrospect, all these people, as I got better, as I healed, disappeared one by one. And I thought, wow, they actually preferred when I was sick and unhealthy and unhealed and unwell and just absurd and out there outrageous and too wild. That's not even a good version of me. That's toxic as fuck. I thought I was better than that. I thought I had more progress under my belt. What am I doing? What was I thinking? Why is that the version of me that they like? Damn. Okay. All right. Ugh. That sucks, man. But okay. Moving on. What taught me patience was 10, 11 years later. Hi. 11 years later. Okay. After meeting this person who met me when I was young, who stood on the sidelines and witnessed me be awful, witnessed me implicate them into things that had made no sense to anyone, especially them, had nobody saying anything good about me to them. Bunch of people hating on me though. Bunch of people ready to fucking square up with me though. Bunch of people saying I don't trust her, this and that, da 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 da. And me acting like exactly the person they said I was. And not wanting to be, but not understanding how to come to terms with reality, get a grip on my own powers that be, know how to properly react to things, understand my own trauma, my PMDD. None of that. It was impossible at the time. So this person stayed on the sidelines. I was still young, right? I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. By then I was done with this, okay. By 25, I was like, oh my God, I gotta cut this off, right? Thank you. People say that a lot, but I just don't get what to do for a podcast because the only reason that this is so smooth is because people ask me stuff. So I guess if I just like had people asking questions, I could do a podcast, but it's not hard to talk to no one when I'm on stream with a one lurker and I can read them. But like coming up with content, like I tried to do the hot takes thing and it was recorded really badly. So maybe if I did it on my iPhone, sure. But then where would I upload it? I'm so anti-Spotify, anti-Anchor. Google does podcasts now. Do we even trust Google? Like I don't even know. Like I'm open to it, but for what? For what? I'm down. But we gotta figure it out, right? Yeah. So yeah, they've supposed to be on Patreon. I'm just like really behind on it. There's some old ones on Patreon. I'm sorry, I do that. Like, I don't think it's that irrational to ask for the $5 if it's like you missed the first run. But then like I have to actually upload them if I want to do that, and it's like so much work. So yeah, they're all on YouTube. They're just not public. But there are some old ones that are not public on YouTube, like from February 2021 or something. So it wasn't. What taught me patience wasn't watching myself grow up, even though I did, and it wasn't the thought of this person watching me grow up because I didn't think they were, and I didn't want them to, and I also didn't realize I needed to or was going to grow up like a beanstalk. And it was really the alleviation of understanding PMDD. Once I recognized that I had PMDD, I could see the extremities of PMDD. And then I could understand how other people could use it to their advantage. And I could see, yeah, that's so funny you say that. I am like a medium's medium. It's almost annoying because people think it's the same across the board. And it's like, y'all, I hear you and I totally buy other people's gifts. Like, I understand. My first seance blew me away. Made me think this stuff was possible. She was incredible on stage, this woman. But everybody does something different. Thank you. Oh my God, that's what I hope for. This is what I live for. This is what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I can't. Yeah, well, it was, I don't know if I should call it that. She was like a medium. So it was like she was just like, oh, whose loved ones are present? Oh, I sense this and that and whatever. spent a lot of time near me, but didn't ever talk to me because it was like she probably definitely could sense so many energies around me, but I was still so young. It was like in high school or right after high school. It was like the first time I saw a medium. So it was at the Jewish Community Center, oddly enough. Jewish people are very superstitious, which is cool. So, right. And scary is an interesting concept. Because what's real and what isn't. And it's like, oh my God, that's so scary too. It's like, yeah, sure, it's all smoke and mirrors, but that doesn't mean you should gaslight and manipulate the smoke and the mirrors. Like, that's where it becomes so crazy. Like, that's where it's like, what are you hiding? What energy are you trying to block? What are you fucking, like, trying to cover up? Like, it's so weird, so bizarre energy. Such bizarre energy around maybe me, around full moons, around this fucking time of the year being Cancer season, dude. Like, maybe other people influencing the energy. I don't even know. But it just seems like a lot, bro. It seems like a lot going on, you know? So, anyways, yeah, they are. I love churches. They're gorgeous, especially inside and outside. But, um, um, very back and forth roller coaster energy, and that's classic narcissism, honestly. Throwing and pitching the energy and pretending like you don't know what you're doing and you're very innocent and have no idea and the other person's crazy. Like, that's the drawback of what I do, is that it attracts people who want to challenge it in a way that's like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. And it's like, what do you get from it other than you're a sneaky lying son of a bitch and you'd get caught up and caught for terrible things you're doing if people were hip to it. And if people didn't believe you. Gross, dude. What the fuck? Okay. So weird. Oh wow, that's interesting choice, but that's so cool. Anyways, trying to focus here. Um so sometimes God lies to make you see the truth. What are you gonna do, you know? Um okay. I'm getting tired. Somebody is purposely trying to drain me of my energy now. This is where the energy comes in. See, it feels like somebody is pitching someone's energy. You know how earlier I was like, it was like two people? I don't sense the real version, the real one anymore. So I feel like that's the pitch person, and that's what's been confusing me lately. And that's what hurts, and that's why it's very weird energy, yeah? It's creepy, or it's a switch thing. I don't know. Maybe it is two people. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like, stop it. But you're like, you stop it. You're spilling secrets. Da 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 da. Yeah, because nobody should be able to manipulate other people to that extreme. I do this consensually. I do this for people when they're in crisis. I don't just spy on people, right? Like, that's weird. I have really strong resolve. Don't be fucking thinking about me and talking about me, though. I'm a no. And if you fucking get caught, like, you should know that. So, what's Telluric? Oh. Very cool. Okay. So, yeah, so life can still surprise you, even if you can see what's coming or what could be, or have foresight for things. You can still be wrong, and people can still trick you, and people can still lie, and people can still want to pull one over on your eyes, and whatever. You can still fall victim to things that you think you've handled already and not be done with it. But when you finally are, you will be. You know what I mean? Yes. So sad. We move on, yeah. So patience. Sorry, there's very distracting energy that I had to address or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. Like I recognize that pattern from a mile away, obviously. It's the thing. So that's what makes it hard, is like you can't step up and be like, okay, maybe I do want to change and no longer be that person. But instead you placate it and you just continue it to an extreme that you're being seen, you're being caught doing it, and you can't stop yourself from doing it. It's almost like a compulsion, which is beyond obsession. Which is, again, it's okay. I've been there. I've been obsessive compulsive. So it's like, why don't you just talk to me? Why don't we just talk about it instead of you doing this weird stuff? And then forcing me to say, hey, and you being like, oh, why are you hitting me? Okay, you just want to keep pretending you're not doing this. Okay, that's so fucking weird. And then, like, I don't get what people get out of that. Like, what do you get from lying to me? You're just hurting yourself. Yeah, so it's just like, buck up. Honesty time, you fucking creeps, right? Like, what the fuck? And like, I'm creepy too. Listen to my music, I get it, but it's a different kind of creepy, I guess. What the fuck, man? Intuitive. Okay, you want me to cry about it? I'm not going to. Great, thanks. I'm so fucking tired. Maybe I'm tired and I'm getting angry, but I feel like I got tired because somebody came on here all like, da 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 da. Go away then. Fuck. So, anyways, patience was looking back 10 years later and seeing that all the while this person who met me when I was young, unhinged, and had a horrible reputation amongst everyone that we commonly knew, they cheered me on the whole fucking time. And while it was happening, I had a lot of doubts around that. Some people said I made it up. Some people said that's not what it was about. Some people said that I should be careful of myself. Some people said I smell cow shit right now. Some people say they were shitty, stealing, talking shit, blah, 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 blah. I felt like I was being copied, mocked, mimicked. But 10 years later, I looked back from a more healed place, from a more safe time, or maybe I was in the wrong hands, right? Because kept moving, kept going, breaking away from all these situations, coming to all these lessons coming to a close, getting rid of those last few people. None for the road. Finally to grow. Finally to grow, not up, but out like a garden. Lusciously, fruitfully, bountifully, plentifully grow. It's beautiful. So 10 years later, I looked back and I thought, wow, despite what all those people said, especially because those people aren't even in my life anymore and they were totally just lying to my face and gaslighting me and saying, that's not what it is. You're wrong about that. You don't need this person. They don't even care about you. Blah, 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 blah. But then other people saying, hey, man, isn't this yours? Hey, have you ever noticed this person does this? Hey, you want me to introduce you to so-and-so? Hey, hello. And I didn't know what to believe. Because of my PMDD, because of people in my ear, because whatever. So nothing came of it. Whatever. It felt like a waste of my time for a time. And then in retrospect, right, from a more healed place, I was like, wow, I couldn't remember this fondly. Because I finally recognized it for what it was. And that was somebody who saw me in that moment in which I was unhealed, underdeveloped. Sounds creepy when I say it like that. They never did anything, I don't think it was creepy anyways. Because it was, again, from the side, like watching from the sidelines, kind of quietly, but obviously cheering me on, liking my art, enjoying my photo. It sounds creepy. It wasn't, I don't think it was creepy. I'm not getting creepy vibes. It's just like if you say it, because I mentioned being young, it sounds creepy, but, reading my books, making references to it, hanging my paintings and stuff. It was like, okay, I should have seen it as a nicer gesture than I had seen it as at the time. Because my unhealed self was like, that don't seem right. And it's like, why? Doesn't it, why? Because it's not that good, because I don't know it's me, da, 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 da. And now I read the same book that I was like, oh, is it? Where I'm like, yo, yeah. I just wasn't old enough to have that perspective, because at the time I had just written it, just published it, so it didn't mean as much. But reading back to know that some of it was written between the ages of 16 to 20 blows me away. But being 21, that doesn't say anything. I just was still at that point in my place, my writing, my time. But someone else was like, oh yeah, put that down, put that on. Cool, yeah. Inspired people who inspired me. Wowee. And at the time, I was like, ew, what the fuck is this? Blah, 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 blah. Because I had people encouraging me to want to fight. To say, oh, he shouldn't have done that, and he shouldn't have done this, and da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right. Who are these people? Jealous. Amen, girl, yes. Amen, girl, yes. They were too jealous. And it sounds crazy to say it, because it's like, what would they be jealous of? Everybody thinks you're insane, blah, 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 blah. Right, except for that one person who everybody was trying to get approval from, who was silently encouraging me from the sidelines the whole time that I was unloved and unliked and unwelcomed. Floored now. I mean, as someone older, it's taught me patience, because now people hurt me. People are mean to me. People do things for misguide me, mislead me, lie to me, gaslight me, manipulate me, use me. And I think if I knew me, if I could see what that person had been doing, I have so much more patience for everybody now, I think. Everybody that I interact with, no matter how bad they are, it was kind of always like I had patience, but wasn't good patience. It was too much tolerance for the first stuff, but true patience was seeing that person having met someone like me, so young, so bad, so unpopular, distasteful, and could be so encouraging, so accepting, even if they weren't totally open, totally welcoming, not totally friendly, can't be everything, but can definitely say, I like this, can I have that, I'm going to reference this, I can't align with someone who's fucking sick in the head and just like openly terrible about it. Like, I didn't get that at the time, but I get it now because I would never want to. And yet you kind of did. Blows me away now. 5. And I have way too much tolerance and way too much patience for people now because of that. Because I see my own growth and I see my own development. I see my own progress. Where I know people can do it. I don't know which ones will. Oh, okay. Good. I hope you do too. I love you. Thank you for being here. I don't know who will. Yeah, maybe, probably. Pan out, grow up, and change. But I know that people have the capability to do that because I've done it too, yeah? Many of us probably have. And so maybe I can see some sort of potential. Maybe it is untapped potential, but people like them or me or anybody can be the tap that people need to tap into their potential. It's not about showing them. It's not about telling them. It's not about forcing them. It's just about tapping them like a little keg. Hey, you know you got potential in there? What? Here you go. Just give it a little poop poop, and now you got potential on draft. You're welcome. See ya. Cool. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Later. Great feeling. So it gives you a certain amount of patience to see someone unhealthy, unhealed, but still so loving and gentle. Still so kind. There's something about it, right? Something about being a time traveler and knowing who someone is to you before you know them, or before they know themselves, or before they can realize what the hell is even going on, right? Beautiful stuff. And that's what truly taught me patience. I always had patience for myself and in my life, because I was like, okay, the time's not right. It hasn't come to me yet. Not in a rush. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let everyone else go first. I always had patience for life and myself. I stopped having patience for others, and I still am losing patience for others, because as much as you can accept and love someone through whatever they're going through, you can't actually like support them or give them energy, or, deal with them purposely doing things. As much as you can hope for them, again, tap the potential and then walk away, or, drink it when they offer you a cup or something, you know. So it just seems like so much. Some heavy, heavy stuff. I always think of True Blood. There's always a True Blood reference, huh? I love that. I love you all a lot. Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. We've got 5 minutes until I have to roll the pre-rolls, so I'm going to roll them now. Maybe grab a little snack. What even time is it? I feel like I started early, so I could keep going. It's getting a little quiet. It's not as high in views as last time. We just came back. We got disrupted and came back for an hour already. I'm down to stream a little bit longer. I don't know. That was pretty much the end of the story for the patience thing. It was kind of a cute thing, right? Other than that, I don't really know what else. So I'm gonna roll the ads and I'll check back in 3 minutes and we'll see where we're at. If anybody has any questions, ask them now, or you want to keep chatting, or you want me to elaborate on anything, or just let yourself be known that you're not just some kind of weird lurking energy, and that you're actually friendly, and that you actually like me and you're here to support me and chat with me. That'd be great too. Either way, be back in a few and hope to see you. Okay, well, I have like no advice on that because yikes. It probably should be put out of its misery, but I wouldn't want to do it either. And then it's like, I don't know, give it back to the cat. But like, cats are known to just torture their victims to death and not just kind of like kill it. Um, and most rescue centers would be like 24 hours, but they're pretty far and few between. Oh, it's okay. Did you hear what I said? Or no? It wasn't good. Everything I said was probably not good, and maybe you just didn't even need to or truly want to hear it. It wasn't good. So, yikes. I think the best you can do is like look up if there's like an animal rescue near you. Otherwise, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I think you should. Yeah, right. Like you probably should put out of its misery, but I wouldn't be able to do it. So yeah, I don't know. Because like yeah, they're far and few between. So I'm so sorry. Oh my god, that's so creepy. Is he like comfortable? Should you give him a air hole, some light in there, something cool to look at? Maybe just put some art in there. Some like black lights. Get a glow stick. Like fuck it if it fucking gets poisoned. 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. Because you know he's dying anyway. Maybe just like some trippy stuff to look at on his way out. You know what I mean? I guess like he's in a hole or something. Yeah. I'm very sorry about your mouse. But I think okay, sorry if this is bad timing. Yeah, good luck. Blessed be the mouse. Squeak squeak. um I think I'm tired. I feel like everybody kind of fell off, went to sleep. Conversation dropped, got boring, got to the end of the story. It was pretty anticlimactic. People probably weren't seeing that coming, didn't get it. I think I'm just gonna go, honestly. Um, it's pretty late / early in the morning. Maybe I'll work on uploading some of these on Patreon. But like I said, I do have a YouTube channel with some like the earliest Twitch streams that I did. And before I used Twitch, I used to make YouTube videos. So there's like old astrology videos on there that you can also watch, which is pretty fun. I think this should be the right URL for my YouTube. To compare life where it was like 2 years ago to now, or like how accurate the readings are, because I used to do zodiac readings, you know. Yeah, so that's my YouTube. Yeah, so a year ago I have some public ones. From a year ago, that's interesting. 1 year ago, it must be like over a year, but and then yeah, I stopped uploading them for free, but yeah, so yeah, just like a few things on here. Used to do old videos. You can see I move a lot. So, yeah, nice. Those are just, yeah, you can watch the old ones, but thanks for coming back, babe. I gotta go. I'm so tired at this point. This stream is an hour already, and we were streaming for a couple hours. So, oh, if you're still here, and you didn't already hear, I have some new music. I released 2 versions of the song Spellbound, originally by Susie and the Banshees today. They're both pretty creepy. So, yeah, you can listen to that. But if you're still here, I'm going to be working on another. Really? Sweet. Go check it out. It's only on my website. The Wonder Demos 7 and 8. So number 7's the Glitch Witch mix because it's like a creepy, like distorted kind of punk goth karaoke cover. But then the second version's sort of like freaky, spooky a cappella in a goth church type like just one vocal take, some heavy reverb. I like them both. I think it sounds cool. So, and today I was like, maybe I will do a fireworks song. And I decided earlier, let's just try a quick cover of Fireworks by Animal Collective. And then I found a beautiful piano version, but it's somebody playing it with Reverend Green, so I might do both, but we'll see. Because I know both songs really well. I probably could do it, but I don't know the words entirely to either one. I know most of the words to Fireworks, but like Animal Collective is weird. Even if you know the words, you start singing along and you're like, hold on, what the fuck did I just say? Because that's what they said, right? Like, that's what that just said. That's what they were saying, huh? Okay, so what did I just, what about the elephant's earth skin, and, what about the purses? And, yeah, they got some, like, weird lyrics. But it's still fun and cool and hip, and, yeah, still love it. So, might try to fuck around and do a little fireworks cover. If I'm feeling really ballsy, it'll be both. Reverend Green and Fireworks. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna go. Might be back tomorrow. Actually, what day is today? Might not be back tomorrow, actually. Didn't realize what day it was. So maybe not tomorrow. Maybe the next day. And then my schedule is probably going to switch up again. I know. Everybody's like, you don't have a schedule and you're always switching things up, so nobody can keep track of what you're doing ever. Great. Perfect. Just how I like it. Gotta go. Anyways, look at the clock right now. 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. And on that note, we're ending it. So, mwah. Love you all so much. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for always being here. Thanks for watching the stream. Definitely catch the replay. Definitely will. See y'all very soon. Thanks once again for tuning in. Have a great day or night or evening or afternoon. Can't believe y'all are still here. Thanks so much. I really enjoy it. Hopefully it pays off a little bigger than it has so far, yeah? Because I need something. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, everybody in this bitch. All right, so mwah, peace out, and I'll see you again soon, yeah? Mwah. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Good night.